In October, November timeframe of 2024, I figured out how to use Gemini Gems to look at or consider a situation and create me um, comma separated value tables for um, elements and connections in such a way that I could copy those tables and drop them into a text file and then drop the text file into Kumu and actually create the model. And it didn't take very long for that to get old and hurry because in order to you interact with the AI and you ask it questions and it gives you perspectives and you ask it more questions and then you create tables and then you have to take the tables and migrate them and then put them in Kumu and look at the model to figure out what next question you want to ask the AI. And it's just that the process sucks. There's just no getting around it. So since then, I've been continuing to experiment with trying to figure out how to get the AI to operate more in a fashion where I can have an interaction, I can have a discussion with the AI for 5 minutes or 50 minutes, and then ask it to create a causal loop diagram based upon our exchange to that point. And I've now got it to a point where it will create very nice looking causal loop diagrams, and it will, in a very valid fashion, identify the causal loop diagrams so that it will identify which ones are which when you mouse over them. And I've also got it to do this so that it will fade all the rest of the pieces of the puzzle. This is an older version of it. But not only that, to then go ahead and look at it and say, who are the most likely stakeholders of this set of relationships and why, and to look at it and tell me a story about how the situation unfolded to get me to this point. And sometimes it doesn't do well in getting from there to here, but the story's actually there. Sometimes you have to refresh. And then to ask it the story about, let's see, where is it? What are the leverage points considered? And some people don't like the label leverage points, but I haven't figured out something better to call them yet. And then to create a story that tells me about what the future is likely to look like as the leverage points are adopted. And all of this is done directly in the AI so that if I was at this point and I was looking at this diagram and I wanted to go ahead and say, all right, what else does domestic production influence beside domestic industry profitability? And it would go ahead and add things to the diagram. Or I could tell it to take take elements or connections out of the causal loop diagram so that rather than having to go in different places, I can do it all right here. Now, if I look at one, let's see, health, what's this one? I have so many of these, it's hard to keep track. Intrinsic rewards, causal loop diagram. All right, come on. Here's one for modern monetary theory. And notice that now in the latest release, when I do this, it will actually dim everything else in the model and just show me the nodes and the edges that are part of the loop itself. And it's now very reliable in identifying what the loops really are. So as part of the workshop, I will cover all of the pieces that I've figured out how to put together to get it to do this in the AI directly without having to go anywhere else. So if you're interested, there's a place to register in the notes section for this video. So hope to see you in the workshop in June 11th at 11 a.m. New York time. It'll be a 90-minute workshop, and the fee is $15. If you sign up, I'll let you know that you're on the list. It may take me up to 24 hours to get back to you since I'm processing the registrations manually. And I will send you a reminder about the workshop with the Zoom link 1 day before the workshop and 1 hour before the workshop. So look forward to seeing you there. Bye.